Good morning, Professor.
I hope anyone didn't come into class today thinking that I was going to be there, but I had some car issues. I'll just wait a minute, see who comes on. How's the semester going? Feel free to chat.
Very busy for me.
Yep. Anybody watching the U.S. Open? Care about the U.S. Open?
Morning, Professor.
Morning.
How you doing today? Other than struggling with car problems.
Yeah. Other than that, doing fine. It's Thursday. It's my last class until, Monday. So.
Well, that's good.
That's good.
So you are definitely ready for the weekend.
Mm-hmm. In fact, I'll probably got office hours, and then I'll probably head off to the golf course and play 18 holes. So
there you go. Yeah, that's a great start.
Well, my family.
Not with this air, right?
What's that?
Not with this air quality, and you're gonna get some kind of asthmatic reaction or something.
That's right. That's good. Yeah, I mean the air is not good, for sure. My family bought me a year pass in May to Hobble Creek, so.
Oh, nice.
I have to take advantage of it. All summer I was golfing 2 or 3 times a week. During school, it's maybe once, so gotta take advantage while the weather is actually still really nice. So,
oh yeah, for sure.
Looks like we got 12 people in the meeting right now. All right, it is 10 o'clock. I will make sure you check into archive. And let's actually just see who is here today.
Hey, Professor, I have a comment about the classes, the video recordings in class.
Yep.
It just seems like we can, at least I can either just see the presentation in the computer, or I cannot see the board at all, and so it only records one part of it, and you can't switch back and forth. Like say you're writing an example on the board, I would not be able to read it because the camera is just focused in on the presentation.
Okay, are you going into course media?
No, I haven't. I've been doing the Teams.
Okay. Well, because there are separate recordings being made. That's actually I mean, pretty much you should be able to see what I'm showing on my screen, or if I stop sharing, you should be able to see my face. And I haven't been doing anything on the board really, unless yeah, I mean, which everyone else having the same sort of problem? I recommend one that you don't go to course media and watch the videos that are being automatically recorded by the system, and those just have like a number. They don't have CS2550 lecture number. Those are bogus recordings. I abandoned them at the very beginning. They still make them, so there's going to be recordings showing up. I think let's actually go. I should go look. I'll go look at that in a second. Let's take roll first. Yeah, I mean, with the recordings that I make live streaming, you're not gonna be able to switch views or anything like that. I'm either gonna switch between the whiteboard and and then sharing my desktop. But you're not going to be able to switch views per se while you're watching it play back. So let's see here.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like in the event you forget to switch over or something like that, then one would not be able to see what's on the board. Or...
Right. Now that could happen on occasion, but make sure you tell me when that happens right away. So right, because it's happening in the moment, right? So
yeah. I mean, I can't see it when I'm in class. I can't see that, but say I want to go back through some of the recordings, then I will not be able to tell if you did switch or not. And
right.
so,
well, I wish I were an expert at this, but the university put a system in place that actually handles that, right? The recordings, but the system doesn't work. So I've got to sort of manage it myself. So you have to just sort of do the best you can, and I will take that feedback and make sure that I make sure that I stop sharing if I'm, for example, going to the whiteboard or something like that. While I'm like, let's go ahead and quickly. I just want to quickly see who's here. So let's go. Has everyone checked in? Hopefully. If you haven't, so Chad Ackley absent. I got Raphael present. I got Colby Baum absent. Gunnar Bostrom present. Jesse Cameron absent. James Critchlow present. Isaac Dobbins absent. Ian Erickson present. If you are not, if this is incorrect, please just throw something in the, just speak up or throw something in the comments. Okay. We've got Jason Fonsbeck present, Christian Hansen present, Jackson Knight present, Jaden Lippert present, Leo present, Abby Lyons absent. But
I'm here.
But she's probably not checking in. Yep. Alonzo present, Morgan present, Ian present, Rory present, Jordan Mortensen present, Cody Osler present, Paul Pena absent.
I just checked in.
You just checked in. Gotcha. All right. William Pendleton present. Gordon Reed. Gordon Reed absent. I've got Brecken present. Danes absent. Zach Walters absent. Wesley White absent. Nicholas White's absent. Jaden Wilcox present. Seth Young present. Is there anybody in class who still is not in archive at all? Speak up. You should definitely sign up. All right, we are done with that. Let's see, we've got 67%. That's not bad. I mean, great, but not bad. Okay, let's go back here. Let's see here. We need to. Does anybody here play Go? Ever played before? You can see my board, right?
Haven't played it, but I'm familiar with it.
So Go.
I only know it from Knives Out.
What's that?
I only know it from Knives Out.
From Knives Out. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, flipping the board over. Yeah, really good. Good movie, by the way. Go is a couple thousand years old, Chinese game, but it's if you're like a chess fan, this is chess on steroids. I like chess. I play chess. Go on a 19 by 19 board is the bomb. It's awesome. It sort of jumped onto the world stage again. it's been around for a long time and largely played in Asia, and certainly there's lots of players in America, but the Google DeepMind AI group a few years back, maybe 3 years now, made fame when they beat the world champion Go player. So they, and no one ever thought that AI could conquer Go actually this century. I mean, Go is there's only a few rules, but the number of possibilities on the board is more than the atoms in the universe. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely it's a subjective game. It's sort of a territorial game where you try to surround territory, and it's just very difficult to program. And as I actually was forced to program I programmed an algorithm in my master's degree program way back in the late 80s, and basically got hooked on it, and have been playing ever since. But kind of a funny story was that me and all my classmates were competing against each other, and we were up all night programming these algorithms. And come morning, the tournament starts, and in my first game, my program made an illegal move and I was disqualified. So I was really bummed because I was killing everybody. Anyway, fun stuff. One of these days, I'll give you guys a little bit of a demo on Go, but it's if you want to learn Go, go to online-go.com. Here it is right there. Get an account and start playing against little robots or whatever. Learn the game. It's pretty amazing. All right, let's see here. We're not here to learn Go today, but anybody have any questions or concerns or topics that they would like to cover, especially today? And if you do, just either speak up or just throw something in the chat. All right, going to kind of continue where we left off from last time. We're going to go on with selectors. We're going to look at some of the more advanced selectors that we have. Let's go, actually just go to our Zybooks chapter real quick and just again review. So advanced selectors, I mean, it's not really too advanced, the multiple selector, okay? If I want to apply a style to multiple all ULs and all OLs, I just put a comma here. And so this will basically, I can create a selector here, I can create a selector here, and this style will apply to all such selectors. Okay. So obviously, we don't want to be copying and pasting the same code over and over, right? So it really makes sense in this case to combine those two. All right, let's see here. Let's go back down. Here's one of our favorites. This is called the general sibling selector. Guarantee you this will be on the midterm exam. So because it's just a little different. Both the adjacent sibling selector and the general sibling selector. You need to know the difference between the two. Okay. So the general sibling selector, which is the squiggly. Okay, it's called general. What it means is, let's look at this. I've got H1, and I've got general sibling selector P. Okay, so in this case, I have an H1 tag, and I've got two P tags below it. Okay, so in this case, I want to specify classifieds. Then I want to have these list of, or I want to have several of these items. And I want all of the P tags to have a border top solid gray. Okay, so the general sibling selector selects all siblings of an H1. Okay. We'll play around with it a bit more when we get into the code. adjacent sibling selector, I have H1 plus P. What that says is I want this to apply to any P tag that is the next sibling or the nearest sibling to any H1. So the second P tag is not going to have a style. Okay. So again, the plus is more specific, right? It just selects the first sibling that it can find. All right. We have attribute selectors. I'm going to give an example of this, but an attribute selector starts with the left bracket, ends with the right bracket, and then what I'm selecting is let's say an input, for example, or no, this would be a form. Okay. So if any form, I can do form in the left bracket, target equal underscore blank. So it's going to select, in this case, it'll select anything. So it's this A tag that has a target, sorry, targets for A tags, target underscore blank. It's going to match that element. If there are other A tags, of course, that don't have that, then it won't match. Okay, you have a squiggly equal. So if I say alt squiggly equals sad, okay, that's gonna do attribute contains the word sad. Okay. So the alt in this case had a sad face, but it still selected it because it contained that word. You've got caret equal, it begins with a value. So class, so I can say class caret equal nav. It's going to select any UL that has a class attribute that starts with nav. Okay, so it's actually going to select both of these guys. Questions on that at all? Okay. Pseudo selectors. Okay. I've got : after. Okay. These are really special. They're pretty cool. I mean, what I can do here, for example, with this : after, is I can actually add content after any matched element. So if I say P : after, or I got LI : after, what it's saying is insert this character after every LI. Okay. Same thing here. I could do before. I can do : selection. So if I select something on the page using my mouse like this, okay, this pseudo selector will style it. Let's see, first line. Anyway, so there's some special ones there. We don't get too far into those. Probably not going to test you too heavily on those particular ones. Let's see. Let's go back here real quick. A couple other things I want to cover really quickly. Common properties. So again, you should have finished this chapter. Hopefully we're good. You didn't have any questions. So RGB colors, right? So you can have 140. There's 140 different color names: white, blue, black, gray, forest green, magenta. You can also specify RGB, okay, which is going to be your red element, blue element, green element. Obviously, the more red you, okay, so 000 is going to be black. R00255 is straight up blue, okay. RGB 255250, right? So red and green mixed together, they're yellow. So you can kind of construct the color you want, or you can just use the color picker, which will be available in Visual Studio Code. Any other things I wanted to cover here? Text color. No. Let's go in. We'll look at background images next. Let's go in and look at some code. All right. Can everyone see band TML. This is the code from the band example that they give you in chapter 4. You know what? Might not be a bad idea. I should have given that to you guys beforehand. I definitely recommend that you know, if you have some code open and have have your Visual Studio Code open with a web page, any web page really, and you can practice some of the things that we're going to be showing you today. All right, so let's go here and we're going to look at advanced selectors. Okay. So let's say that I want to select the second A tag here. Oh, I don't want to be too complex yet. Let's do. Let's select. Let's select all LIs who are children of a UL. All right. I like somebody here. So UL. How do I select all the LIs that are children of a UL? So I'm going to either throw it in the.
You do it with the tilde?
No, it is the greater than sign. Okay. The tilde is the well, it's the general sibling selector. Remember, the tilde is the general sibling selector. So I'm not selecting siblings at the moment. Okay. I'm selecting children of a UL. So I'm taking this, like say any UL. I'm selecting any UL that has a bunch of LIs in it. Okay. And you'll see that when I style this, I'm going to go ahead and make it. I'm going to do something like background color is red. Okay. I'll do just for fun. We'll do RGB. Okay. 200 0 0. Be a little bit of a lighter red. Okay. Let's go here. Let's save that. Let's go to. I believe we have that right here. Okay. So this is pretty obvious. All the ULs, all the LIs within my ULs, they have a background color red. Okay, let's go back here. All right, let's see. Let's do. All right, LI child. So children. Let's put something here, nth child. Okay. I'm going to modify this slightly, and you'll notice that only the first LI is selected. So here is a selector here, which can be very handy. Okay, so what I'm saying is that I'm all children of a UL, but then I'm further modifying this to say I want the nth child 1. Okay, so nth child is a CSS selector that will select the first one. So it's first of all, it's 1 based instead of 0 based, just so you know. All right, so if I say 2, it's going to be the second element. Okay, so a lot of times you're used to a 0 based thing. If I say EQ, whoops. Let's see if this works. Will it like this? Oh, whoops. No. So LI, so we do colon nth child. Let's do nth last child. Okay, 1. And that will be the first one from the end is selected. Okay. Really nice. All right. Let's try Bum, 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 bum. How many ULs do I have on the page? I've got 1, 2, 3. I have 3 ULs in this section, in section ID members. All right, let's show you a couple things here real quick. Let's go. Where am I? Ant/child. We'll just leave that for now. Look. All right, so I want. First of all, let's just do all ULs that are a descendant of section or immediate child of section. Okay, let's go out here real quick. What's the difference if I remove the greater than sign? Someone type in real quick.
If you remove the greater than sign, it will turn it into a descendant, right?
Right, so descendant. So this is right now it's a child selector, meaning that it's going to select all the LIs within a UL parent. Okay. However, let's say I did an embedded UL, right? And embedded LI, okay. Hello, okay. Right. The child selector, of course, ULLI, well, would this get selected, I guess is the question. Yeah, because this LI is a child of a UL. Okay. So it still gets selected. Let's actually show that first. Yeah, they're all red. All right, let's go back to our thing here. Okay, well, I've got my embedded UL in here, which I think I might have. I don't know why it's actually not showing properly. Let's go back and look. But it's also styled at the moment. Okay. Why is that? Because this is also a child of a UL. Let's go. If I do a descendant selector, if I just do that, let's do UL. Oops, sorry. So let's actually do this. Let's demonstrate real quick the descendant selector. So if I say UL LI, it takes away that, right? And we'll make that background color. Let's just make it green. Let's comment this out for now. And that's all descendants of a UL that are an LI tag. So let's do that. So it should select all descendants. Okay. What's wrong with my UL here? Not getting styled the way I would think. Interesting. All right. What if let's see. Well, I guess I should go backwards with my example. If you have ULLI, let's go back here. It's going to select any LI that's a descendant of a UL, of any UL on the page. Okay. Let's say I wanted to be sort of specific. Let's see. Well, if I want to exclude that, well, now I say child. Okay. Still selecting everything. Okay. What if I want to exclude this LI from the selection? How would I do it? How would you do it? Anyone have any ideas? I don't want this particular UL to be selected. I want this UL and its children to be selected. Okay. What you want to do is just be very specific. So more specific. Okay, so to be more specific, all I need to do is something like this: UL pound, where is it? Members. Okay. Let's see. UL pound members. Oh, not UL. I need, oh, where am I? Oh, this is UL has an ID my style. Let's go back. Sorry. Typed it wrong. My embedded UL is not working properly. What is wrong with my embedded UL? Anyone know? What is wrong with my embedded UL? It's weird.
The UL is inside of another LI. Could that be causing it?
Let's go back here. Okay. Well, my idea here. Let's go. Let's just go look. So I don't know what's heck's going on. So let's go in here and look and say, select this guy. Okay. And see how styles are being applied here. Interesting. I had my style had purple, 3 color red, LIUL. It's not right. So it's not being selected, which oh yeah, okay. So my it's working. Okay. The green background. So these don't have a green background. In fact, let's go ahead and the LI that's enclosing them has the green background. Okay. So this guy right here, and so my example, right, UL my style LI color green. Okay. These guys were not affected by that style, which was the point I was trying to make, but that didn't show up very well because it's hard to tell the difference. Unless I give these guys probably a default. Let's see. All right, let's do this. All right. This will help you guys understand it a little bit. Let's go. Let's say UL, LI, UL, LI. Okay, so what this says, and again, you need to think of CSS, of course, as selecting as part of a tree, right? The DOM is a tree. So this selects every UL. It has every LI as part of a UL. Oh, every LI part of a UL. That's part of an LI. That's part of a UL. So this is basically this hierarchy that I've created here of UL, LI, UL, LI. Okay, this is saying go down the tree. Now I want to select the children, basically the inner one. I save that, and you'll now see that these guys have a red background. And again, you can be, these could easily have a greater than sign here. Probably wouldn't put it there. But you can go ad nauseum all the way down the tree if you want. Okay. For example, let's see this. You could also, so UL, I could also do, let's see, UL is its parent is section. All right. Its parent is body. So there's really no need necessarily to be this specific. Okay, we talked about specificity a little bit before, and we'll talk about it more. But you know, body, section, UL, LI. Okay, it's going. Oh, interesting. This is quite nice. See how Visual Studio Code's actually showing me an example of what will be selected by it. And it's also saying what my specificity is. Okay. All right. Well, we'll talk about specificity in a second. Let's go here. You really only need to specify to, you know, just the level that you need to actually get to that one element that you desire. Okay. Let's do, I got an H2 and I got an image. I got multiple images. All right. Let's select all of the images that are the sibling of an H2. Okay. Say H2. General sibling selector is a squiggly. IMG. Okay, I'm going to make the width of those images really wide. Something like that, just so we have a view of what's going on here. Oh, let's see all these big, huge images. Okay. Again, so note here real quick. The general sibling selector skipped over the P here, right? So it selected all siblings, regardless of whether they were, you know, contiguous, right? H2. Oh, that's just in this one section. Okay. But again, it got H2. Now, what's going to happen, of course, if I put the adjacent sibling selector on this? Someone pipe up real quick. Should be easy. Question?
It would just affect the first picture.
Just affect the first picture, right? So let's do that. Let's go plus. And only the first picture. Thank you. Very good. All right. So I recommend that you guys really practice with these selectors yourself. Just take any of the pages that you developed so far, go in and just play around with some of these selectors. Now let's look at attribute selectors real quick. All right. So I want to select. Now let's just select all of the hrefs here that start with pound. Okay. Someone tell me the selector in the meeting chat. I want all A tags, okay, that have an attribute selector that selects the first, well, selects any attribute, any one with the href attribute that equals pound. You can do it.
Would that use the caret selector?
Well, what's the first thing I type? Just type in the selector in the chat. Put your guesses in. The caret was correct, but the attribute selector is the attribute selector has more than just the caret, right? Give me the whole selector. I want the whole CSS selector. That's not going to select all A tags that have an href attribute starting with pound. What does the attribute selector start with? Thank you, Jaden. All right, so I want to select all A tags, which the attribute selector starts with brackets. So the selectors the attribute selector itself is enclosed in square brackets. And then I say h ref caret, where's your caret equal found. Okay. And let's see, we'll do okay, there they are. Color purple. And they also have a margin of 10 pixels. Okay. Okay, that is attribute selector. Let's see, what else can we do with that? Okay, I'm gonna do let's just give you an examples here. Let's do squiggly equal. And let's do con. That was the wrong one. I wanted to do the, yeah. So squiggly equal should be contains, the whole word. That didn't do it. Okay. Let's see.
You
here.
could use asterisks, though.
Thank you.
That'll
Thank
work.
you. They did not put that in their chapter. Yeah, asterisk right there. Yeah, let's go in there. Yeah. So it's selecting just the ones with con. Okay. Well, it was not in the name, con in the actual href. Okay. Let's see. So I got classical now. Let's open my CSS. I actually have a CSS file here. I don't need to be putting all these in line per se, but classical nav. My .nav class has text align center. Let's see. Let's go look at nav a. What are these selectors called?
Those are pseudo selectors.
Excellent. So pseudo selectors. All right. And what they do, so this is a active. Okay. So it's, or here's an easy one, a hover, right? So you can take any, you can div any tag, but colon hover, and then that color text is going to display when you hover over. You see that? Now it's actually not, it's like it must be getting overridden on that one. Okay. Let's see here. A active. Actually, let's go ahead and remove the additional styles that I created here. Okay, so hover, it makes the text yellow. Back here, sorry. Visited. So if you actually clicked on a link, right, and the browser remembers, right? The browser remembers that. Like you come back to that page another day, that link will be, in this case, whatever font color I got here is this nice light blue. All right, that's the, okay, and then see a link. This is the color of the actual, let's see. I remember what all those link attributes are. Hang on a second. So I've got nav A, we got font size, way, visited, color. I've got, okay, same color. Let's see here. Okay, that one's been visited. I click on this one. Okay. Now this one's been visited. Okay, it's purple. Okay. Let's see the general link color. Actually, let's go look at that real quick. Let's make this one green. Okay. This is the color of the link by default. Okay, the visited link obviously is purple. Let's see here. Anything else we want to do? Let's go back. 45. Okay, just looking at some of the syntax here with this. I've got .nav, which of course is what kind of a selector? What's the dot?
It's a class selector.
Class selector. So if I say .nav space A, that's all A tags that are descendants of a .nav. Let's see. Let's go. I want to quickly run to it real quick. I talked about specificity at all. Did I show you the specificity calculator? Let's go here. Okay. And what we learn here is kind of who's going to win when it comes to a CSS. If two CSS selectors are competing to select the same thing, who's going to win? Okay. This kind of gives you, and I'll get rid of these. We'll play around with this real quick, and we'll go. If I say UL and he says UL, okay, well, they're the same. Okay. Why? Because I specified either an element or pseudo element, and they count those. Okay. So let's say I said UL colon active. Okay. And I sort by specificity. UL active wins, right? Because it actually has one element selector and one pseudo element, pseudo selector. Okay, so it's going to win, even if it's after, or even if it's before. It doesn't matter whether it's before or after UL in the CSS style sheet. Okay, it's more specific, so it's going to win. All right. Let's do. Let's add another one real quick, and let's say UL pound my style, whatever, my UL. Okay. Sort by specificity. Oh, this one's going to select the UL. It's going to win. Okay. Oh. Let's use a better one here. No, so it's going to win. Why? Because it has an ID selector. IDs have the highest precedence of all. So if you ever have an ID in your selector, well, then that's going to win regardless, right? Of course, unless somebody has an inline style, right, which will win. Okay. Let's see here. We get UL, my UL. Okay. The next thing we have is a class selector. So if I say UL dot my class, okay. Oh, it's like it. Well, yeah, it's second right now. Let's see. We'll do. We'll duplicate this. Do that. Let's actually just do this. Okay, so right now, these guys have the same score. Okay. So what's going to happen in this case, if I have the same score, the person who's above the other one in the file, or below the one in the file, is going to win. Okay. If I add multiple, right, if I add that here, now I have 2 classes or pseudo classes. He's got 1. Okay. So he now wins. Is this somewhat clear? Hopefully it's clear to you guys. I recommend you, I'll put this in the chat. You can play around with this. Okay. Let's go back to our code. And let's see here. We'll go. Yeah, that's what I want to show here. Any questions, any confusions on CSS selectors? Do we understand kind of what's going on? How we select descendants, children, how we utilize the hierarchy. Classes are something that you should use extensively, especially if you're applying attributes to a whole bunch of different elements. Let's see here. So what's one thing I've done here, which is good, is that I've got .nav has text align center. .nav space A has a bunch of other attributes that apply to the A tag there. But also note that text align center is going to be applied to the A tag as well, because by default, everything within the nav is actually going to have text align center. Okay, so let's go back to our code here. And select one of these guys. Okay, so you can see that inherited from p.nav, text align center. Okay. So I would make sure that, and this is the way that you can make your code dry. Do not repeat yourself, remember? So, I mean, as much as you can in CSS, we try to not copy and paste a lot of the same CSS styles. Okay, we want to, where they share, we want to make sure that we split those out. Also, we showed you this here last time. So :root in my CSS file allows me to create these variables, -- header color, -- font color, -- BG color. Then all I need to do is replace those later using var and then -- font color. And so then again, I don't need to type this over 30 times, right? I just do this, which is more dry. All right, let's see what else I want to cover today. 1 second.
Professor, can that root be used to do other things other than color? Can you do like sizes or
yeah, I mean, it can be anything. -- it's a random variable. I can say, f size or whatever, and I could say 12 EM or 2 EM or something like that. And then I could go and do where's font size? Font size. Oh, here we'll do this. 3 EM. So instead of this 3 EM right here, I'll just go var -- f size. That works. Okay. All right. I think we went over EMs a little bit last class. EMs and RMs and REMs. How big is an EM by default? How many pixels? Anyone know? How many pixels? 1.5 pixels, right? Or Actually, an EM by default. Okay, 1 EM is the default font size, which is 16, Jordan. Thank you. All right. So if I say 1.5, okay, so let's look at this. Let's go to the page real quick. Oh, there. Oh, I threw out. Let's see. Where's a good one? 1 second. Let's go. Where was I doing this? I was doing this to H1 font size 3EM. Okay, 3EM, of course, is the same as 300%. Okay, 1EM is the default browser agent style sheet font size. Okay, 16 pixels generally. Okay, but I can go in here and I've got 3 REM. I could say 1.5 REM. Okay, which is going to give me an effective font size of 24. Okay, 2 REM, going to give me 32 pixels. Okay. Again, so you can use any sort of percentage of that if you want, 0.3 REM, 0.4 REM. You can use percentages, so 300% of the default size, which is 16, so it's going to be the same thing. So 300% and 3 REM are the same. Yeah. So these two are really the same. Number 3 VW, that was the viewport size. Okay, so that you see that font size gets bigger as the viewport, the default viewport gets bigger. Okay, the viewport is this area here basically. Okay, that fills the screen. All right, any questions on font size or sizing? The recommendation is to use EM when you can. If you want your font to expand, to get bigger, using a percentage or the viewport thing. You could also do. Let's see, 50%. Let's go here. Let's do. Yeah, now if that's 50% so it doesn't scale necessarily, right? So it's not going to change. Okay, that's 50% of the default browser font size. So if you want something that scales, okay, you can use the VW. All right, let's go out of here. Any questions? How much time do we have? We have 15 minutes. Let's see what else we wanted to cover today. One thing I was going to do real quick is just since you aren't doing the lab, which one is it? Sleep recommendation list. I thought I would just walk through it with you as an exercise, just so again we can go through and if you want, you can go there actually, download it. Let's go here. So sleep recommendation list. You aren't required to do that. Some of you might have already done it anyway, just for fun. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to modify the HTML file that was given us to look like this. Okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just copy the instructions so I don't have to go back and forth. not going to go in the solution here. I'm going to go into the problem. Okay. And I'm going to put in this comment here. Okay. All the things that I need. All right, so let's just go through this exercise. We can see the recommendation list right here. Let's stop that one because that's showing the solution. Currently, I've got a page that looks like that. I want to make some modifications. The required modifications are uses Arial, Helvetica, and Sans Serif font family. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go to body. And let's see. You guys are going to help me today, all right? So go ahead. Someone type in the font family tag here that's needed. Exactly. Okay. Font family, Arial, Helvetica.
Professor, a question about the font families. When do you have to use quotation marks for some of those fonts? Because I noticed some of the examples have quotation marks.
Let's say I want Times New Roman font. So I'm saying I want this font name, right? So I can be very specific. I want the Times New Roman font. I want the Comic Sans font. Now, Comic Sans may be an Arial type font or a Helvetica type font or a Sans Serif type font, kind of font, right? So these ones are more general. Arial, well, Arial, actually Arial is a specific font. You know, in this case, I don't need it. Now I need to put quotes around Comic Sans or Times New Roman because they have spaces in them.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Arial doesn't have spaces in it. Helvetica doesn't have spaces in it. Okay, so I want Arial first. I want Helvetica next. And then Sans Serif is the general sort of, it's more like a font family, right? It's, I want a font that doesn't have all the squigglies. All right. Let's see here. And save that. All right. RGB font color. All right. RGB font color of 26, 69, and 107. Let's see. Oh, that's the H1 tag. So that's actually incorrect. Someone's probably telling me that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Very much. All right. If you've got these done, go ahead and throw them in the comments. H1 font color, and then LI uses a different font color, so we're going to make that different. LI. Okay. So these labs, see, some of these labs probably just take you guys about 5-10 minutes, right? I should give you more labs. All right. Oh, no, I don't want RGB. Oops. Pound 29 6C 8. Someone tell me what that means. What are the first two characters telling me? Anyone know? Hex code. Thank you very much. Okay. So the first, so hexadecimal, right, is a base 16. Okay. So that is the number 32 plus 9, 35. 41. Okay. So we went red, so it's going to be red 41, 6C, that's 72. C is A, B, C, 12. Okay, so that's going to be 88. Okay, A8, 160 plus 8, 168. Okay, so it's going to be a similar color. What did I say? I said 3241. Similar to RGB 41. 6C, that's 72 plus 12, 84. And A8 is 160, 168, 168. I think I'm close on the color there. I might not have got it exactly right. I might not have got my hexadecimal conversion exactly right. Okay. But essentially, this is the first two is a hexadecimal number for red, second two for green. Okay, which one did I get wrong? 32, 41. 6C, that's going to be, 96 plus 12, that's going to be 108. 108. Now those colors are identical. Okay, that just gives you an idea. So let's go in here and I digress. All right, LI, and let's say span with age class uses italic font style. Okay, so what's that selector? I'll type it in. So I'm doing span.age, so I want to be a little more specific. I want spans with that, and then I'm going to say font style italic. And the completion is super nice. All right. And then we're going to copy that. I'm going to say span.recommended. And it has a yellow background color and underlined text. All right, so underlined text is what? How do I do underline? That's not right. Font. Someone give me the underlined. How do I do underlined text? Yellow background color. Color. Yellow. Who's got it? Let's try that. As a guess. That's how bold or how dark it is. Font dash. I thought we were like style, size, strength. Come on, guys. Look it up if you need to. I do that all day long. Google is half my brain. Text decoration. So we were looking for font things, but no, actually, text decoration. Okay, underline. Thank you, Abby. Appreciate that. Okay, so we should be done. We should be good as gold. Let's go back here. Recommendation list. Let's go to recommend HTML. In a second, I'm going to go to my lab. Drag that file on there. First time. I got something wrong. What did I get wrong? Oh, let's see. Test body styles, font family, font size, your value 16 pixels, expected value 18. Interesting. All right, let's go back. Did I not do? Oh, I didn't do the font size. Yeah. 18. Oh, I missed those. 18 pixel font size. Yeah, I moved right along. Font size. And then background color. Boom, boom, and now we're done. Now we got it. Let's go back here. Oops, hang on. And we got it. Hooray. Okay. Let's anything else here that want to anyone else have any questions or anything that they want to cover? Look ahead a little bit. We're going to be so you got all alone tonight. You got 3 more labs to do plus chapter 5. So what I would say right now is get on top of chapter 5. Okay. I mean, you got labs every day. I mean, again, that last one took 5 minutes. So, these shouldn't be terrible. But they're going to get more advanced as we go forward. Chapter 5 itself. Let's go look at chapter 5. And CSS. It's actually not too bad. Positioning and flexbox and grid. So next week, we're going to dive into layout, flexbox, grid, positioning. So you've got quite a bit of reading to do, and both of these. So the grid one, this has a video assignment where you go watch the video, download the code, and so there's quite a bit. Let's go back to calendar again. And let's see, I'll be doing a lab in class next week, and we're doing the CSS grid stuff on the Thursday. A couple more labs, and then we're doing Flexbox. Okay, so I sort of gave you a little break in between chapter 5. I mean, chapter 5, I extended out a little bit. Okay. You're gonna do Flexbox Froggy, which is be fun, a little in class. Well, little in class exercise, and then we've got more labs, and then going forward. Chapter 6, part 1. Okay, so again, chapter 6 is big. These labs are going to be hour and a half sometimes, and they're going to take some effort. So some of you have been smart and sort of have said, "Hey, this is dang easy. Let's go ahead and go ahead." I've got a bunch of students that are actually already into chapter 5, begging me to open chapter 6. All right. I don't want you to go too far ahead because any questions on skill? Pretty easy so far. Right? It's all relative, right? I mean, you may have one class, you may have 18 credits. I just try to make it, like I say, enough work. And I'd like you to get into the semester a little easy. I think it's been pretty lightweight to start off with, and it's going to get better, which actually get more complex, which and which we want, right? We want you to get better and better, your skills to improve. Just real quick before last 3 minutes, I got office hours from now until 1. But again, I'm pretty much available a lot on Teams or on, not this afternoon, as you know, I'll be golfing. Okay. But there's quite a few of you who are behind, even though, again, the semesters, like I said, these labs I don't believe are that hard. Quite a few of you have not turned in a bunch of the labs and are behind. You have TA, you have me, we're both available 4 or 5 hours a week. With Zybooks, we're not doing a lot of grading, so we have time. So if you'd like to walk through a lab with me, or you would like to walk through something with me, feel free. Just ping me during office hours. We'll go on Zoom, or ping the TA. The TA is available. If you want, like I say, if for some reason, right? I mean, I keep saying the labs are all easy and HTML is easy, but I mean, I've been doing it for 30 years. So it's not easy for some people, and CSS is not easy, even though, again, even though I think I'm taking this slowly, like for some people, it might be too fast. It might be too big. So I just want you to not sit back in the back of the class thinking, oh, yeah, he says it's easy, and, everyone else is doing awesome, and I'm the only one who's confused. Well, if you're confused or you want to, the thing with programming is that it all builds on itself. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop my screen share, and you can look at me for a second, I guess. The thing with programming is that if you miss one little concept, right, like how the DOM is hierarchical, or understanding the DOM that's really the in-memory dynamic representation of your source code, right? And that CSS is selecting in a hierarchical structure. If you just miss something basic, and then you get to the next thing, and I add advanced selectors, and then I move along, right? You're not going to understand. I mean, you'll be confused, right? Because you missed the original concept, even though all the concepts themselves are not all really complex. And so, ask question when you don't understand something. Don't sit back and go, "Oh, dang, I understand this," right? Google it, ping your peers, hit the TA, hit me. No question is too dumb, okay? You can ask me the dumbest, most simple, basic question. I don't care. I won't judge, because I've been there 1,000 times, right? I remember when I took discrete structures. Is anyone taking that class? Speak up, you're taking discrete structures or discrete math.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. How do you like discrete math?
It was okay.
It's okay, all right. I just remember the discrete math.
I really enjoyed discrete math.
You hate it?
I really enjoyed it.
You enjoyed it. Okay, good. All right, well, it was my worst favorite class at BYU. I got a C. I only got 2 C's in college. One was economics, one was discrete math, I think it was. And the reason I believe in the end I failed it, maybe just the way my mind works or something, I thought the problems were harder than they actually were. Right? I overthought it all the time. And then, then when I'd go find out what the answer was, I go, oh, that's like so basic and simple. I didn't think that, you give me something so dang simple, right? And I just overthink things. Anyway, at the time in my life, I don't know why, but discrete math just killed me. I couldn't sort of get my head around it. But in the end, it was because I was over complicating a lot of stuff. So, and you ever had that same sort of experience? In programming, it's pretty common. Did someone want to comment? Okay. All right. Yeah, so try to do the things that are going to make you successful. And one of those things is just being able to reach out, whether it's on Discord, Teams, reach out to me. I sit in my office 5 hours a week, and I get, I don't know, 30 minutes of students. Literally, I just do grading. No one comes to visit me. They don't like me, no. Or they're intimidated. I've had people tell me that I'm intimidating, and please, I'm just saying, maybe I am. My basic nature. Some personalities I just naturally clash with, and that's just been my experience my whole career. That's why I hate bosses. That's why I work for myself. But I'm really a nice guy. I really am available, and really no question is too dumb. So please feel free to just come and I don't understand XYZ, and I will walk you through. I'll help you understand. So one thing I thought about doing, I haven't done it yet, but I would really like to challenge all of you to just come to my office hours at least once and just have a chat. I'd love to chat with all of you, just learn about kind of you guys and get to know you guys and see where you're at, get feedback. I really do appreciate feedback on my courses. And I do make changes, and some people don't like that, but I will modify the course sometimes halfway through. But I like to get feedback. I like to see how our students are doing. I like to customize the course every semester and make it better and better. So, but I want to get to know you guys. So I can make it an assignment, but I'd rather you guys just ping me and just come have a chat. I'd like to do that with everyone if possible. So excellent. 11:19. I'm over time. Sorry about that, folks. I will stop recording.